Good, Ja. You already know what it is, baby. This is T Paris, aka the Young Marvin Gaye. This rap shit, most original, most creative, most in tune with the times, and I'm sort of like your inspiration. And this is P's Perspective. But let's not waste no time. Let's get right into it. Now, like we always do at this time, I'm gonna ask that you please hit that like button. I'm gonna ask that y'all please hit the subscribe. And those comments, man, you know we greatly appreciate those. I want to tell you thank you from the bottom of my heart. Just got to keep those coming. Real quick, last week, real fiery. Got a lot of feedback behind the scenes. You know, a lot of people telling me, wow, you really, you know what I'm saying, was into yourself this one. I just don't like to play about my feelings, man. I'm not even really going to stay in that bag right there, though. This week, our topic discussion is control. You know, we always talk about relationships, black love, you know, us as a whole, us as the collective. And I just thought it'd be important to point out, you know, a lot of these relationships that we're dealing with are based upon control and not love. I know you wilding, you know, where you getting this from. But, you know, bear with me because I think that by the time I'm finished, you have a better understanding where I'm going with it. I got a couple examples I want to point out and use as examples. So, number one, I want to focus on the money, right? Let's say you're dealing with a man and he making 6-7 figures, you know, whatever. He got a job, he an entertainer, basketball player, he hustling, whatever. You know, a lot of times a man like this will use the money as a means to grab your attention. You know what I'm saying? He won't have to, you know, spit game or nothing like that because the money will afford him certain things that the average guy can't have. So he's able to take you on trips, he's able to pay bills, he's able to buy bags. And, you know, anything that you need or you desire, he's able to provide for you. Right? I'm getting to the power. You know, somebody who got power. Let's say they're a business owner, CEO of a company. You know, they might be in the streets, might be the top dog in the gang, whatever. They hustling, you know, they the big dog. And everybody kind of yields to them. You know what I'm saying? No matter where you at, you know, people tip their hat to them. They recognize them as somebody who is, you know, who is in a powerful position. And the beautiful thing with that is, you know, doors open for you no matter where you go. You know, you come to, let's say you go to one of these basketball events, you know, you got front row seats, VIP. You go to some restaurant, they bringing out the best champagne for you. You know, the best pieces of seafood. They got you in the VIP section, you know, security watching you. You good, you don't want for nothing. The next example, respect. You might be dealing with somebody who might be real heavy in the streets. You know, no matter where you go, everybody know them. They showing them love. They tipping their hat. You know, they moving out the way, opening doors, pulling out chairs. Beautiful thing. You know, you fall right in line. You always get the benefits of being there. You know, wherever you at, they respect you because of that person. Now, I think all of these things, you know, very, very beautiful. But I would like to point out that in my opinion, you know, they all are illusions, you know. They tend to give us this, you know, this ideology that we're in a relationship that can last forever. But I want to point out that in each of these situations, as soon as we hit a road bump, a speed bump, and things start going out of control, that's when they become controlling. That's when you start to see the dynamics of how they work. So the person with the money, they able to provide in so many different ways. But now when they upset, let's say y'all living together, you know what I'm saying, y'all have a falling out, you can't tell him get out because he get up and leave. All right, go ahead. And that big house with all them bills, you got to pay that. And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to walk outside and just find a regular dude who's going to step in and be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how he controlling you. You know what I'm saying? He provides you with things that the average man can't do. And then as soon as you don't do what he wants you to do, he removes those things from your life. When you become accustomed to certain things, you looking for them. When you can't obtain them, you know, sometimes it becomes frustrating. Let's look at the power. You know, like I said, you able to walk into a car dealership, say somebody's name, you walk out with a nice foreign, you know what I'm saying? You walk in the clothing stores or, you know, top of the line, you know, designer stores. You're able to, you know, lock the door and let you go on there shopping spree, do whatever you want to do. As soon as y'all have a falling out, you got a nice event coming up. You want some nice feats. You know what I'm saying? You need a couple dollars so you can go and do something. And the man looking at you like you crazy now, you know what I'm saying? Or even if it's a woman, you know what I'm saying? You go into space and everybody, you know, treats you like royalty. But when she not there with you, they treating you like you shit. you know, but you won't recognize this until you guys stumble upon a road bump or a speed bump, and then they take away, you know, the gift that they was able to provide that made you feel like, you know, life was going so sweet. How about the respect? You know, you got some people, they're in a place of respect, and you go out there no matter where they go, you know what I'm saying, people hold you to high regard, high standard. But then as soon as that falling out, you go right back to the, you know, the regular person you are, people disrespecting you, talking to you like the only reason why we treating you like this is because you around so-and-so. You know, I oftentimes like to tell people, I believe that sometimes we got to test these relationships. You know, it's easy to tell somebody you love them, but how many times have you heard somebody say, I love you, but just because I love you, I don't want to be with you? You know, sometimes being in love, you know, highlights when somebody really cares about you because they go above and beyond to do things for you. Now, it's just my opinion, when it's based upon money, power, and respect, and somebody care about you, those things wouldn't change if they really care about you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about a situation where man might be like, all right, I don't got no problem leaving. I'm gonna leave a couple dollars here for you to pay those bills for a certain amount of time, and then you got to take care of yourself. You on your own. See, just the whole gesture of I'm gonna do this so you could do that, it lets you know that he cared about you. He know that he provided you with a lifestyle that you wasn't necessarily accustomed to. And so just like in the court of law, when we get married, if somebody introduced you to something and it's, you know what I'm saying, a beautiful way of living where you getting more than you were getting before, when they cut out, they got to at least be able to help you to maintain that lifestyle that you had. So again, you know, I think sometimes we got to challenge these relationships, you know what I'm saying, that we in, because it's easy when somebody is showing you a good time to be able to say, you know, I love this person, I care for this person. But oftentimes it's not until we challenge that we really know where we stand with people. You know what I'm saying? Think about when you argue with somebody and they be like, you fat motherfucker, or you broke ass so-and-so. Those are things that they probably always was feeling, but just never had the right opportunity to say it to you. I would much rather somebody come at me out the blue and just be like, you know what I don't like about you, Pete? Because I'm going to look at that like that's real. Not that what you think about me even matter, but if you care about me, and you take the time, you know, to point certain things out to me, I'm going to listen for a little while just to make sure you're not just pointing out all negative. You understand what I'm saying? That's what love is about. Your love encompasses the good, the bad, and the indifferent, right? So what I want to say, you know, to this right here, too, is when we're in a positive space and everything is good, yo, they'll give you the world. But as soon as things get rocky, they're going to be the first person to break your heart. They're going to control the relationship based upon what they was able to provide you with. Now, let me tell you something else that happens because of this. That's, to me, is kind of negative, detrimental. Let's say, for example, you got a rich man, he meet this woman. You know what I'm saying? He able to provide everything for her. And she feel like he not treating her right. And then she go to her girlfriends and be like, yo, he calling me all out my name, you know, we out in public, you know, he telling me how if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have me. And your friends might be like, well, you need to leave that man alone, you know what I'm saying? Because when your baby father was doing that, you wasn't going for it. And you know what she gonna say? Girl, that man paying my bills, you know, he taking me all around the world. You know, he just bought me a brand new Gucci bag and Louis Vuitton, you know, traveling luggage. Like, I gotta understand that sometimes he having a bad day too. You know, that's when you start to minimize your own value just so you could justify this relationship, you know what I'm saying, staying together. I'm challenging y'all, man, to start looking at your partner, your mate, you know, your spouse, you know, your loved one, and start looking at the flaws and try to find the beauty in those flaws, man. Look at the flaws and try to find the beauty in those flaws. I'm talking about working a 9 to 5 and not always having extra money, you know what I'm saying, to go out on the weekend, but making time for you, you know what I'm saying, on the weekend, you know? Or I'm talking about, you know, paying all their bills and they ain't got no kids, but when they finish, you know, they spend time with you and your kids or providing for your kids, you know? These are some of the ways that you could tell that somebody love you. It's not always about the perks, you know what I'm saying, the good things that they do for you, because I've always been taught we often give before we take. And a lot of time, the people who, got so much to give, and here they don't really got so much, to offer. And so they give materialistically because that's all they got to offer. A lot of shallow people in the world, man. A lot of shallow people in the world. Money, power, and respect. Those are very, 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 powerful entities to be a part of. But I just want to point out to you, just because you're a part of that don't mean that person love you. Make sure that the person that you laying down with at the end of the night really got your back. We only going to be 25 once. You know what I mean? We only going to be 25 one time. When you 65, 70, 80 years old and you need somebody to rub your back, wipe your nose, clean your behind, give you a bath. You want to make sure it's somebody who riding with you, man, from the beginning to the end, until the wheels fall off. Don't fall for those controlling bonds, man. A lot of times they look like a knight in shining armor, a devil in a Prada dress. They look good, They talk a good one. They know the game. They move with dexterity. They know how to navigate through any situation. But I'm going to tell you how you could, pinpoint a narcissist or somebody like that. Just disagree with them one time and see how they respond. Because oftentimes people who play with these type of toys, they got shallow egos, real fragile egos, They can't take criticism. You can't tell somebody like that, yo, I'm getting money too. For example, think about the situation with Puff and Shine in the club, Puff getting all this money, and the street niggas like, come on, nigga, you ain't nobody, threw a bundle of money at him. You know why? Somebody feeling insecure in that moment, man. I'm going to leave it at that, man. It's T Parrish. Y'all know what it is, B. Most original, most creative, most in tune with the times, and I'm sort of like your inspiration. And this is P's Perspective. Wait, whoa. Hold up, be on speed. And I ain't even give y'all the questions this week. My bad. Let me get into these questions real quick. My first question is, what's most important to you, status or true love? My second question, could you walk away from somebody who possessed all the money but doesn't show you any respect? And my third question is, how can you tell when it's love versus just status? Y'all know what it is, man. T Parrish. Peace Perspective. Toast to the town, baby. Peace.